Let's focus on civil services reforms in India, the evolution of these reforms, and then Mission Karma Yogi, then the service classification, and I got a scheme. So, civil services reforms have been important since the colonial days. Civil services are regarded as the steel framework of administration, and the ultimate responsibility for running the administration rests in the people who are elected, the cabinet ministers, and the member of the parliament. Then we have Article 311, which protects civil servants from any politically motivated vindicative action. The idea is that civil servants bring in a dynamic, efficient, and accountable system for delivery of services, and that is a main idea behind sustainable development. So, if we focus on the evolution, how it started in the ancient times under Kautilya Arthashastra, there are 7 elements which are mentioned: the Swami or the ruler, Amatya or the bureaucrat, Janpad, that is the territory, Durg, which is the fort, the fortified capital, Kos, the treasurer, Dand, the army, and Mitra, the ally. Now, according to Archas, the highest advisor to the king is the Mantri, followed by the Amatya, who are the civil servants. In the medieval time, there was Mansabdari system, which we have covered separately, and the civil servants were available for military departments as well as civil departments. Under British India, the implementation of Macaulay's report is important, and that explained the interest of civil services in serving the British Empire in India. However, post-independence, the civil services were divided into two different sections, India and Pakistan. So, Indian remnant of the ICS was known as IAS, or the Indian Administrative Services. In Pakistan, it is called as ICS. And then the modern administrative services were created under Article 312(2) in Part 14 of the Constitution and All India Service Act 1951. Now, the service classification is important. Under Part 14, we have different types of services. For example, all India services, state services, local services. There are 34 services in Group A. There are services in Group B as well. And then we have more than 6.4 million government employees in India, but of which only less than 50,000 are civil servants. However, we focus on the issues with civil servants in India. The major issue is the system is not that efficient. There are insecurity in the tenure position, sometimes inconsistencies in the promotion, and elite services actually dominate in terms of promotion, allocations, and assignments, and therefore creates a incorrect look for the elite services. So, Mission Karma Yogi aims to prepare the civil servants by making them more creative, constructive, and citizen friendly. And mid-career training would also be available instead of the top officers only. And then we have competencies to serve. So those are the competency areas: policy framework, institutional framework, the digital learning framework, electronic human resource management, and monitoring and evaluation system. The idea is to benefit the common man, to ensure that right person with right competency is at right position. And I got Karma Yogi is a platform to evolve into vibrant world-class marketplace which is well curated and has digital e-learning material. Now, the core guidelines focuses on a transition from rule-based to role-based learning, focusing more on on-site learning, creating a shared training infrastructural position, and the framework of roles, activities, and competencies to be maintained. So, what is proposed is a capacity building commission to assist the Prime Minister's Public Human Resource Council cell. Also to focus on the shared learning, functional supervisions in the implementation of capacity building programs, mid-career training programs, and so on. Now, all the users of I Got Karma Yogi platform explain the dashboard and focus on the key performance indicators, and there are various approvals which have been given even for the ordnance factory boards. The next is India's Foreign Services, which is again important. It was established in 1946 and it focuses on diplomatic career and a niche for diplomatic growth and diplomatic development. India's external relations with other nations are the basis for it, and recently basically Vande Bharat mission was started to bring back the Indians who have been stranded abroad. So IFS have been constantly working in streamlining the recruitment process, streamlining the local population in that the migrant population in that country, and even the schools and universities now need to equip more capable students in order to meet the requirements of the Indian Foreign Services. So that was about the civil services reforms, mainly focusing on the evolution of reforms, the classification of services, and Mission Karma Yogi.